Okay, we're back. Hi, my name's Courtney Watkins, and we have Tara Wilson joining us from Arizona, presidential consultant. We just did a fantastic opportunity call about what LifeVantage is, why this timing's so important for you and your friends to get on this wave with GLP-1. Tara, thank you so much for doing that. We'll have the replay available for you on YouTube. Now, this is going to be a training for consultants. So if you're still on, if you're a consultant, feel free to ask questions in the chat. Tara and we haven't even planned what we're doing for this training, but we've been together. We've both been using the GLP-1 and seen amazing results. And so what we want to do is help position you now to grow your business. I keep saying it's great if you're excited about GLP-1. It's great if you're excited about LifeVantage, but think about if you had 10 other people working with you that were also excited. What would that do for your business next month? So Tara had a great idea today on our Club 55 of adding people to your list and what that would look like to your business. So Tara, if you want to go into that, you guys get your pen and paper out and take notes because I know this is going to be a really valuable session.
Yeah, so I've been, I have about 30,000 followers between my Facebook and my Instagram. And I know that like once I start opening the floodgates, because a lot of those were from my past company, which was weight loss, like I know it's gonna be like, so I've just barely cracked the door open. And I know some people are posting every day. I've posted like 3 times. And I have already got a list of, I don't know, like a couple dozen people, and I put it in my notes. So um, basically I have it and I put little dots by it. So every time I contact them come the launch, I'm going to check it off. But my goal, I started doing the math and I'm like, okay, this was yesterday, we have 34 days. I'm like 6 times 34 is like, I don't know, 202 or something like that. And I know there's 33 days left. And if you added 6 people a day to your list, so past customers, past consultants, current consultants, prospects, social media, friends and family, networking groups, all of these things. If you added 6 names to your list every day, right from today, that would be 198 people by October 11th. And can you imagine if just even like 50 people do that? That's 10,000 names. Are you telling me we couldn't sign up at least 3 to 4 thousand of them? Because again, these are people that are like, okay, I saw your post. I understand what GLP-1 is. I was on one, or I was going to get on one, or I want to get on one, or I didn't want to get on one because it's a drug, right? There are so many reasons, but people are looking for effective, proven, natural solutions to weight loss. So again, as entrepreneurs, we don't sell products, we solve problems, and this is solving a problem, right? So I thought if everyone does this, so I told Steve Five, we were sitting a couple of weeks ago in Park City, and I told Steve Five, I'm one of those people that has to like, I don't know, like get an accountability partner. And what better accountability partner than the CEO of the company, right? For those of you guys, some of you guys remember my story, but when I was in Croatia, it was like mid-September of 2022. And I had been growing a little bit every month for 4 months after collagen launching in June of 2022. So again, product launches are optimal time to build your team. So I was like, in April of 2022, I was like 300,000 on my small leg, 280,000 on my small leg away from presidential or pro 10. 280,000. And I kept getting closer. And then I was like 200,000 away. And then I was like 150,000 away. Then I was 100,000 away. And then I was 70,000 away at the end of August. So when in Croatia, I went to not only Steve and Kristen and Julie and anybody that would listen, every consultant, every presidential, every master pro 10 at the time. I went to everybody on the crypt. Hi, Tar, how are you? Good. I'm going pro 10 this month. And it was like mid-September. So I'm talking like 2 weeks from now. And they're like, okay, had I not done that, you guys, had I not held my hand to the fire and literally told everyone, including the CEO, that I was going to go pro 10 or presidential that month, I wouldn't have done it. I would have quietly just slept away, because when subscriptions went out on September 25th, I was 84,000 away. And I thought, how am I going to do 84,000 in sales in 5 days. And remember, I have to build only outside my biggest legs. So it's not my whole team. Of course, with my whole team, I could have done that easy, but we're just talking about a couple specific legs. And I was like, there's no way. And I'm like, but I have to because I said it. And so one thing I've learned about your brain is if you say I'm not going to do something, or you're like, I'm not going to do it, you won't do it. But if you say you are going to do something, no matter what, your brain will literally start working for you. And not only did I did it, I was the first person in company history that did it 2 days early. I did it on the 28th and ended up overshooting it by 25,000. So when I tell you what's possible, you guys, you have to start like thinking big. So I personally know what weight loss is like. For those of you who know, I'll give you my numbers quick. This is a distributor call, right? A consultant call. I've built a team of 160,000 people in almost 9 years. Okay, keep that number in mind. In my last company, in 4.5 years, I had 60,000 distributors and over 300,000 customers. So I built 2 times the amount of team in half the time because it was weight loss. At one point, Rachel Picard and I always laugh because it comes up on our Facebook memories. I had 1,000 people join my team in one day during the momentum. The month that I did 7.4 million, my team did $7.4 million a month in sales. 7.4 million. I'd have been a 10-time presidential or a 7-time presidential, right? So I'm telling you, when I joined my last weight loss company, and it was a crappy shake with really sketchy ingredients, sucralose, artificial colors, flavors, like all this stuff, not great. Blech. You know, soy, like GMO soy. Maybe it had non-GMO, sorry. I don't know. It tasted great though, but it was okay. It was no patents, no studies, no nothing. It was just a shake that tastes like cake. And we hit the right time in social media. I joined December 2010. By August of 2011, 8 months, 9 months in, my team did $1 million that month. So that's how quickly I could have got to presidential in that company because it was weight loss. So when I say, you guys, don't wait, don't hesitate. Don't be late. You guys need to get your paddle in the water. You need to get your list out. So I told Steve, I'm going to have a list of 200 people, and October 10th, 11th, when we launch, I will be personally sitting there at the event. You will see me. I will be on my phone and I will be ticking a dot, and I will be sending a link to the page, to the cart, to every one of those 200 plus people. That 200 is my minimum, guys. I haven't even like unleashed the dogs on social media. Okay, 200 minimum. I really believe that I can personally enroll or get at least 50 to sign up or to order. Like I have a lot of consultants that have never done anything. They're like, I want in, tell me, and like put me on your pre-order list. I'm like, well, there's no pre-order list, but I'll put you on my list, right? And I have a lot of consultants or customers that are like, please let me know. And they're already ordering. And then we've been adding people to the group that Erica Dale created that a lot of us are admins on all over the company here. We've grown it to 4,300 people. We're putting in education and all the results. And I've been able to sign up a consultant and 2 customers just from that group in the last 8 days. I have another person coming over on Tuesday, and I have another person. I have a scheduled call at 9 a.m. on Monday, and I have like 3 more people that are going to call me next week. And they're like, heck with this. I'll just become a consultant because I can't even stop thinking about all my friends who will want to do this with me. So I'm going to encourage you. This is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time to stretch. Now is the time to stop watching your favorite show on Netflix. I will tell you, a lot of people don't want to hear this, but do you want to know? I've made $10 million in 17 years of network marketing. Do you understand how much that money that is? That is $250,000 a year, every year for 40 years. I would have never made that in my career. The highest I'd ever made in my career before network marketing was 130,000. Okay, I would have had to make 250,000 from 25 to 65 to make what I've made in 17 years. Okay, so it's a very serious industry. But what I did when I had 2 small kids and a full-time job and a husband working full-time, I turned off my television, and I got so busy and so, successful because I took it seriously. I didn't turn my television on again for 6 years, but in those 6 years, I became a millionaire, and 6 other people in my teams became millionaires. That was more important than on the show. You want to know the shows I was watching? Desperate Housewives, Grey's Anatomy, and The Bachelor. Who cares who was screwing who on Wisteria Lane? I just became a millionaire. So you guys, this is the time to stop scroll holing. Go on social media, like Courtney was saying, with a purpose. Interact with people, get in groups, make conversations, meet friends, don't target overweight people or just, like just go find other wellness entrepreneurs. Post with a purpose. Get good at social media. If there's ever a time that I say you guys should learn some valuable tips on social media, you guys, YouTube has a gazillion, yes, a gazillion YouTubes on how to market on TikTok, how to make an Instagram reel, how to make an Instagram post. Not like a shameless plug, I make like 80 cents if you guys buy one. But when I wrote a chapter of this best-selling book, my chapter, you guys, is how to launch a product using stories. My chapter is a step-by-step how to do it. Like if you want a step-by-step, get the book. And then you get 30 other people, a lot of millionaires that have built successful online businesses. This is a tool. Again, whether you want the book or not, I don't care. Again, I make 80 cents, so please, by all means, I don't care. But like go find, some social media. But if you can't, even if you just had 3 people a day. So like Tara, what should I be doing right now as a LifeVantage consultant? You should be connecting people who are interested in this story, who are interested in activating their GLP-1 and having results. And there's sky's the limit, you guys. I mean, it's like literally the floodgates are going to be open. And some of you will take me seriously and you will get out of your comfort zone. You will turn off your television. You will talk to your family and let them know that the next 90 days is going to be the most critical of your career and could change all of your lives. I saw average people do extraordinary things because they were in the company at the time and they were having conversations. And I mean, you guys, if you guys have ever seen like the Metcalfe's Law, like it doesn't take a lot of people. Do you know if you wanted to sign up one consultant every month and you wanted a team of 1,000, it would take you 83 years to do it by yourself. 83 years. Okay. But if you signed up one consultant a month, so your first month, 30 days in, Courtney, as I go put the numbers and then I hit enter. So I want you
I'm
to,
ready.
okay, put 2. So the first month it's you and your one consultant. Can you find one person that wants to invest $200 to $300 to start a business in one of the biggest launches in US history? Don't put anything in the chat because I don't want you guys to interrupt this really quick. Just give her a second. So 2. Now, okay, so put 2 and then hit enter. Okay. So now if you and that one consultant over the next 30 days, you go and enroll one more and they enroll their first one. Now second month you have how many on your team? 4. Month 3, you all 4 of you go enroll one consultant. I know that the packs, the lowest pack for this is going to be like around $210 or so. So it's like going to be the activating set plus nerve 2. So you're talking about $200 to start a business. Like, please stop thinking how easy this is, right? Like, oh my God, just no time to explain. Get in, let's go. But anyway, 4. So then the third month you'd have 8. And if everyone did that, one person, now you're in the 4th month, you're only up to 4 consultants who've invested $200. Month 4, 16. Month 5, 32, 64, 128. Am I going too fast for you?
Yes, but I'm at 128 here. What month is that?
That's month 5. Wait, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 6. No, that's month 7. And then 256. So month 8, right?
256 on month 8, you guys?
Yeah, but wait. It gets better. 256. And then month 9, 512. Month 10, 1,024. So in what would take you 83 years to do by yourself, if you teach everyone to just do one a month, you would build a team of 1,000 consultants in 10 freaking months. Next month, 2,048, and the next month is 4,096. In my first company, no experience in network marketing, working full-time for the first 6.5 months of my career with 2 small kids and a husband that worked full-time, I was able to build a team of 4,096 distributors in 13 months because of that. So I'm telling you, because that company was a momentum and we were painting the vision and we had a product that people wanted, and it was just a really expensive $30 antioxidant drink. It was $4 a day to have one shot of this drink. It wasn't even a supplement. It was just berry extracts, right? Like trust me when I say, and this was 17 years ago. So right now that product would be like $6 a day, right? So it's not too expensive. Nothing's too expensive if it gives people the results they want. So you're talking about building a presidential business in 12 months. If you just enroll one person a month, what does that look like for you in a year? 12 consultants. If you're doing your job halfway, you could get 12 consultants in the next 30 days, you guys. So remember, everything you do in the next 33 days won't be 1 + 1 or 30 + 30. It will be exponential. Do you understand that? 10 people enrolled, 10 people is 100 people enrolled, 10 people is 1,000. This is the biggest category in the wellness industry that people can not only want, but they can see the difference, they can feel the difference, and it's measurable, it's visible, and you may not be able to see the oxidative stress in your mom, your sister. I mean, you can. Some people have really bad wrinkles, like smokers look like they're 80 when they're 50. Why? Because they're every cigarette's like 1 billion free radicals or something. Really, like I'm not being sarcastic. It's like 1 billion free radicals for one cigarette. So you can see that, right? Or you can like, oh, if they're like, oh, I have arthritis, yeah, but you can see obesity. There's no the hiding that, right? And most people want to do something about it, but they don't know what to do. They've had, you know, like some results, they yo-yo up and down because they're not addressing the biggest problems, which is insulin, glucagon, like hormones. Those are the things, like calories in, calories out. If your insulin is out of whack because of the diet you've been eating, even if you eat really good and you lose weight, when you go back to the old diet, you're going to go right back to the old weight because your body has a thermostat. Okay. Read the obesity code. If you're really serious, you'll become an expert on GLP-1. Everyone asks me, well, what do I do? What makes Tara Wilson different? Because I have to tell you guys something really funny. You guys are gonna laugh. My 18-year-old, she came home for college last week and she said, Mom, I want what you have, but I don't want to do what you've done. No shit. If it were this easy, everyone would be millionaires, right? Come on, you guys, literally. So what did I do when I got into my first company while I was still working? What did I do? I turned off my television. Well, what was I doing? I was only doing meetings a couple nights a week. I was getting on every conference call. I was Googling. I read every word of the website, the white paper. I was Googling what antioxidants were, what inflammation was, what is a free radical, what is an ORAC, what is a berry, like all these things. I became an expert. I literally sat there with a light highlighter for days on end with the 36-page comp plan of my first company just to be an expert. So I'm like, if I'm going to lead a team, I have to know this stuff. Fast forward to when we launched NRF2, you better believe that I go to Science Daily and the web and PubMed, not just for the ones that are on our website or in our PubMed. Like I became an expert on NRF2. Like I know what it does because I know, like, not because I don't even tell people half the stuff I know, but because it gives me confidence that I know that we're addressing a problem. And why would I want to build a team? So when you know that you're doing something significant, when you have big ideas and big goals, you do big actions. You make big sacrifices. You have self-discipline. That's the only difference in someone like me and someone who hasn't started yet is I have more self-discipline. I just keep going. But when I found out in 2022 we were launching collagen, I was like, I better learn about collagen because I'm going to build a team and I'm going to market this. I want to be a good resource for my team and for my customers. That's a mindset. That's a decision. So I spent 20, 30, 50 hours becoming an expert on collagen, finding out why we lose it, how we lose it, what foods turn it on, what foods do this, what the other products are, what does hydrolyze mean, what does this mean, what does that mean? I became an expert on it. You understand? So I'm telling you guys, you have 33 days. It won't take much. It will not take much. I promise you. Every day, instead of going and watching your favorite show for 45 minutes, go on to Science Daily or PubMed or just Google. Google's my favorite resource in 17 years. My number one resource, my number one tool to help me build my business was Google. So really understand what it is. Know the competition, know the side effects, know when the study gets out, understand the study, understand the science, do the right thing, and the truth will be good enough. And then, as we keep going on and we start sharing and the results get better and better, I mean, I'm telling you, very few people, Rachel Picard knows because we were in that company, Erica Dale, a few people, Marilee Marisich, Becky, there was a few people that are in our last company that know what I'm talking about. The other people on the FAB, I'm like whatever problems you think your team or this company has, it will all be solved in this launch. In fact, I have two concerns with this launch, and I want you all to hear me. I know there's some big leaders on this, Courtney. I see Sean McKee. I see Bobby, Sherry. Like you guys are leading teams, all of you who are on here. or plan on leaving team. The two things I'm concerned in is that we won't have enough product, but they assured me that the production line, we should not be selling out. Gosh, that would be a great problem with as much as they produce. And number two is a leadership gap. Like I want to make sure, because what happens is in momentum, when you have something that's fish in a barrel like this, is you get people who have average knowledge of the industry that just go to work ignorance on fire, but they have no idea what they're doing yet. So my biggest thing is like, let's continue to like really work together to be a team as a company to make sure that everyone who is building these teams, massive teams in very short amount of times, that we get them in a path of personal development. We get them reading John Maxwell. We get them in like teams like dedicate to making sure you're grooming that next level of leadership. And, you know, obviously growth summit's a good first step, but that's my biggest concern is that we're going to grow so big that we're going to have all these people making all these incredible ranks that we're going to assume that they're, because they sit on an EC2 position, that they're a leader, right? But we have to make sure. But I'm telling you guys right now, I was an average networker when I got into my weight loss company. I had made 30,000 a month. Nothing prepared me though for the growth and the momentum. And thankfully, the last company I was with saw that and saw people like me that were worth about, you know, 200,000 a year, making $1 million a year. And they're like, crap, we better do that. So we actually did hire John Maxwell to coach us. And so I do have the luxury of having that coaching from John Maxwell, which I'm happy to always share with anyone and everyone. But do it on your own. Like, you know, right now, start digging the well before you're thirsty. If you are a pro 3, 4, 5, 6 right now, you will be an EC 1, 2, 3 in the next a year if you do this right. And I'm not being coy because I've seen it. I literally saw people that have this much natural talent just put their boat in the water and paddle really fast and make the calls and connect them to the story and blow up. Like Rachel's a great example. Rachel Picard, when she came to me in February of 2011, she was 26. She was in send out cards and she was selling the product to people that were like a real estate agent, selling them the product and making $500 for selling them the product. And she was kind of building a little bit team, but the most she had ever made in network marketing prior to coming to our last company, I believe was around $3,000, 3 or 4,000. Now she had done internet marketing and made a little bit more, but in terms of network marketing, she came in February of 2011. By the end of April, she had a 150,000 a month organization. So like EC2 organization. Within 16 months, she made $125,000 in a single month. I want to let that sit on you for a second. What Rachel has, well, aside from extreme intelligence and unbelievable like creativity and a great work ethic and a mind for systems and big vision, but she I think over the last 12 years has developed a lot of that. What she had was an unbelievable work ethic. Now I'll tell you, she wasn't bringing all these big fish. Her first call to me, she said, what do I do? Tell me what to do. I said, make a list of 200 names and call me back when you have it. So like 4 or 5 hours later, she called me back and she said, okay, what now what? I said, you're going to call all of them and just say whatever you have to say to get them on to watch this overview, which was like 18 minutes, and get them on the phone with me. It was her father-in-law, her mother, her college roommate, a gal in town that was her dog groomer that she was friends with because they breeded the same dogs or had the same dogs or whatever. It was like average people. And she was just filling the funnel. She put me on so many calls my first week. I mean, she just literally just anybody and everybody. She's like, hey, I got something amazing. I want to share it with you. It's weight loss. You got to watch this and get on the call with this gal, right? And I was making around 10,000 a month, my third month in that company. Like that's how quickly we grew. And she put me on so many calls, I lost my voice, physically lost my voice. We had to take a 3-day break because I couldn't talk anymore because my voice was so strained from so many calls. But again, she changed the trajectory of her life with that opportunity. I believe that it's not going to be just as good. It's going to be 10 times better. Why? Because that company was very new. and they had one product. Again, they didn't have a product with 31 published peer-reviewed studies. They didn't have an activating collagen. They didn't have a whole line of products that are hair care, skin care, gut health, all these supportive products for a whole wellness store. AMPM, D3, 93 million Americans have a vitamin D deficiency. So she didn't have that whole store. All we had is a shake. And guys, people were spending, you know what the average spend was for our customer? $250 a month. And that was 14 years ago. That's worth about $350 now. Like inflation's like really got, but they were getting 2 shakes, but even take out the shakes, they were paying $150 a month for a fat burner, an energy drink, which was kind of like Axio, and a appetite suppressant. So that was it. It was 2 shakes and 1 energy drink a day, a fat burner, and an appetite suppressant. And did it work? Yes, of course it worked. Anytime you drink a shake, it's just really hard to make a shake so many calories unless you put a lot of like peanut butter or something in it. But people were reducing their calories. But again, once they got off the shakes, it went back. So that's another reason I'm excited about this, is because it's going to teach you, like, you ever want to go on a diet, but you get cravings and you're like, oh, I want to eat that salad, but God dang it, the pizza smells so good. And then you order the pizza and you're like, shoot, that's why, you eat highly processed foods that your body doesn't recognize, right? But now, because the cravings and the hunger hormones and everything's in balance, you're not like ravished when you go to a meal. So you can be like, okay, I'll have a salad or some quinoa and a chicken breast, or a steak with some vegetable. Like, you can eat like that because you're not craving those ultra processed foods, which is because your insulin's all out of whack, right? So make a list of 200 names, you guys, and that's the beginning point. But even if you think that's like daunting, how many people, okay, put a number in the chat. I want you guys to write, how many people are you going to add to your list every single day? My goal is to have 200 names on that list. How many is your goal? You have 33 days. What are you going to do for the next 33 days? Your sole purpose should be to get people on that list, so that when you're sitting there at the convention or you're sitting at home and the product is live on the website, you are literally going to write up something, put a link to your website, to the page, and say, hey, Julie, you asked to be on my list. Today is the big day. I couldn't be more exciting. Here's a couple things I want to tell you. Here's the results of our study. Here's a couple pictures. Whatever you do, have something and send it, boom, to 200 people, and follow up. How long should you follow up? Until they're dead or they're in. And I do not mean that sarcastically. They asked to be on your list. They opted in. You had a call to action. So anytime you post something, whether it's a reel, a post on Instagram, a post on Facebook, have a call to action. Say, to be added to my list, type list, or to be added to our weight loss group, type group. And I'm not kidding. I did one post and it has 278 comments. It took me days and days and days to get those people added to the group, which has yielded in 3 sales so far, right? So not days, but like probably 2 hours total cumulative, because I had to get them. Now these people are in the group marinating, right? So far I have done 3 sales, right? So even if it's like an hour, I've probably made $90. So what is that? $45 an hour? You guys, that's nothing. That's a little trading time for money. Now, when they become consultants or customers, and then they start getting results and they start sharing results, it's exponential. Do you get it? So for every 100 names you have on the list, you're going to enroll 20 consultants. Those 20 consultants could turn into 2,000. I'm not joking. So just remember, the more on that list, the more in the funnel. Don't have 5 people that you're like spending all your time ding, 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 with 5 people in the funnel. Have so many people in the funnel that you won't care if they sign up or not. That's when it's exciting. And there will never be a better time in LifeVantage history than this. And yes, I'm telling you, most people will want to upgrade once they have results, once they believe it, once they feel it, once they see how easy it is and that they can actually eat their normal diet, or they can start making the little changes. Now, I do recommend that we all have this kind of code of ethics with our is this, okay, well, maybe you should stop having sugary beverages. Maybe you should cut the ultra processed foods. Maybe you should eat highly, like organic, grass-fed dairy and all these things. I mean, it's expensive, but if you're eating less and you're not snacking and you're eating 3 meals a day, you're actually going to save money. That's a lot of, again, the breakfast and the snack industry was created by like Kellogg's and Nestle. Nestle creates all these bars full of garbage, and they're like, you need this bar to start your day. No, that's an insulin spike. So I would just, again, I would add to your list every day. I would talk to them, have something maybe once a week you follow up. Now we are going to start the doctor series coming. So I know that Sean McKee, do you know if you're part of that, or is that just something that Lisa Barnes and Julie are doing? I know that we're going to start a lot of education like via
Yes.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing that. This Wednesday is going to be, the why now, but then in September, there's going to be the doctor thing. Yes. So
Awesome.
stay
So
tuned.
that's a great touch point. So anytime like you get something from the company, maybe you have a group or you send like just touch those customers. So if you have 100 people on the list and they haven't heard from you for 33 days, they might be like, "Oh yeah, what's that again?" And they might go and order from someone else. If you don't call them or if you don't text them the second it's live and they're in the weight loss group, they may get like antsy and go order from someone else. I'm not joking. People are going to want this. So touch your customers. Sherry Martin was one of the best on my team about this. I know Sandy McClure is amazing at customer service. Like touch your customers, like talk to them. Say, hey, I know in the upcoming launches coming here, I wanted to share this training with you. It'll help you understand a little bit better what the GLP-1 is and why ours is better. And then you can never over inform someone. Like touch them like once a week or so, and also try to upsell them. The healthy kickstart or the kickstart bundle is amazing. It's the fat burn, which Courtney talked about earlier. It's the Axio. That's one of the biggest ways people are sabotaging their weight loss is sugary beverages like foo-foo coffee unicorn frappuccinos that aren't even coffee anymore, but they have about 400 calories, or Red Bulls, or even Diet Cokes. Diet Coke has 0 calories. Obesity Code, read it, talks about that. You will gain weight when you drink Diet Coke because it spikes your insulin too. And it's all about insulin. My housekeeper actually, who's on the trial, she lost 6 pounds in 7 days last year, and she's been kind of losing weight. So this is helping her. She just gave up. So I was talking, she goes, is Diet Coke really that bad? She was drinking Diet Coke all day, and we live in Arizona, and not water. She just made one switch. She took Diet Coke out of her life and just drank water all day. And her first 30 days lost 20 pounds. So please like add value to your customers. Maybe like someone that's clever, it's not me, and creative, also not me, can create like a little sheet. Like, here's some other tips to help to maximize your results. Number one, fast for 12 to 16 hours every day. Like don't eat after dinner. Eat healthy. Here's some guides. And I actually think that LifeVantage is creating a guide as well that talks about things like calories, portion control, get them to walk. It's like little things like a 2-minute walk every hour for like 15 hours that you're awake or so, because you're awake from 15 to 16 hours. 1 2-minute walk every hour is better for your blood sugar than 1 30-minute walk. So little things like that, little nuggets that you found along your way, and put them in a group and give them value. Or if they're in the group, the rapid weight loss, keep adding value, tag them in posts. But don't just put them like set it and forget it. Put them in your group, and if they're consultants, they're probably already seeing the stuff. So I'm looking at some of these people are consultants. Some of them are customers. Some of them I knew from my last company. Some of them are just random people from Facebook. But I'm going to be touch point. And every time someone orders, I put in that they ordered and what they ordered. And so then I know. So be diligent. This is a business. If you guys treat this like a business, it will pay you like a business. I'm probably the worst at organization. Like I don't have like a digital CRM, customer management, or CMR or whatever it is, customer management. But like I'm really good at like having like either like pen and paper, or I've started to use my iPhone now to keep me organized. But I'm telling you, the more names on that list, the more organized you are, the more you share valuable information, tips, tricks, education, the better those seeds will blossom. Some of those seeds will fall away. They'll get pecked off by birds. Some of those seeds will forget about you or ignore you. totally going to happen. But a lot of those seeds, if you nurture them, will not only just become customers that can be future testimonies. You guys think we have some good before and afters with our collagen? You guys just wait, just hold on to your hats. This is going to be huge. But we're going to, not everyone wants the collagen. Collagen's expensive. Some people can see it, some people can't see it right away. You can see the scale move within the first week, right? So this is something that weight loss, if you've never done it, is a different animal. So water those seeds, nurture those seeds, get more involved in LifeVantage than you ever have. Like I told my kids and my two of them are grown and they're out, in college, but I told my husband and my last one at home, I'm like, just so you know, I'm going to be really busy. Like I work, like, I don't know, whatever I need to work. Some days it's 3 hours. Sometimes, at the end of month it's 8, but I worked on the 3rd of September. I was joking. I was like, I worked 8 hours today. And I mean, 2 of it was a field advisory book. I'm like, I worked 8 hours today. I can't remember the last time I worked 8 hours when it wasn't the end of the month. Right. Because that's why I've built this I can be flexible. And, I can work smaller and smarter than sitting at my desk for 8 hours. But I'm telling you, I'm going back all in because I know that for every single person on that list could lead to 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 500 people, 50 people, 5 people. And so I just encourage you to take this seriously. Some of you will, and you will look back and say, you know what? I listened to Tara on September 8th and I made a list and I have 140 names and I'm getting all these. And when you see just yesterday, someone I'd never talked to. She's just someone I added to the group. Don't know her, not friends with her, I don't even think I'm friends with her on Facebook. I just sent her the link to the group, sent her the group. She ordered yesterday. And she's like, she sent me a Facebook message. She goes, hey, I ordered. I'm like, I saw that. Like, thank you. And then I had a conversation with her, gave her some information, and now she's interested in being a consultant. It's not hard. It just takes work. So the great separator is going in this next 30 days is going to be the people that take me seriously versus the people who don't. It's number one, make a decision that you're going to do this. Every single thing in your life, everything that you want starts with a decision to be happy in your marriage, to get married, to have a child, to lose weight, to get a job, to go to school, to your business. Everything starts with a decision. A decision is different than I want to build a business. No, I am going to build a business. It's different than I want to build a business. So the first thing is make a decision. Decide exactly what you want. Decide how many names you're going to have on that list when you're looking down at it on October 11th, how many names are going to be on that list. See it in your head right now. And if you have anything to do all day, do not go to sleep until you have those 5 names, Sherry, or those 3 names, or those 10 names. Like, you guys know Andrea Davis, #1 enroller in the company's history. Every month, 30, 40, 50 people that she enrolls. She tells me, she goes, I don't go to bed until I have 3 carts out. Now, I want you to think about that mindset and no, you wonder why she's enrolling 50 people a month. I don't go to sleep until I have 3 carts. Carts aren't like the first thing. You don't post the thing and get a cart. You have to get information. You have to get curiosity, whether it's direct or indirect. You have to get into conversation, send them information, probably answer questions, decide what they want, and then send them the cart. And so think of all of the people that she needs to talk to get into conversations, to get information, to get to the point where she's sending a cart. That's why Andrea Davis is successful. Every one of you can do it. Any one of you can make a decision. So number 1 is decide. Number 2, become. You want to be an EC1? Become an EC1. Work like a BC. Well, it's easy, Tara. When I'm an EC1, I'll do the EC1 things. Wrong. Do them now. Pretend you're looking down at a team and you see your back office says 80,000 in volume. It says EC1 and your next goal is EC2. Visualize it. Because if you can't visualize it right now, it's never going to happen. Or if you're EC1, EC2, if you're an EC2, EC3, right? If you're a MC1, visualize being an MC2. Become the MC2, right? If you had that, what would you have had to do to get there? You'd have to recruit, you'd have to build, you'd have to train people, right? So number 2 is become the person before you are there. Put the cart before the horse. Number 3 is you're going to have to make sacrifice. Now, sacrifice isn't giving up everything in your life. Like, I will still go to St. George outside of the Kansas City event and the tour dates. I will go every weekend and see my daughter play that I can. I will also go to my other daughter's soccer when she gets better. She broke her elbow. So sacrifice is giving up something good for something better. Now, let me just tell you, caution you, there's a difference between sacrifice and mistake. Sacrifice is, I'm not having dinner with you tonight because I have a meeting. Mistake is being at dinner and being on your phone. Don't do that. Nothing can't wait 20 minutes. So please nurture your family relationships more than ever, because you are going to be so busy that when you are spending time with your family, or you're at your kids' game, or you're at dinner, be present, put your phone down. Okay. But sacrifices, I'm not going to watch 3 hours of Netflix tonight. I'm going to go and I'm going to communicate, make, relationships on social media, nurture them, comment, do all the things. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to watch a training. I'm going to make a post. I'm going to follow up on the post. I'm going to send something to my, people that I have on my list. I'm going to learn more about GLP-1. I'm going to read a book, like whatever it is, like, sacrifice is basically giving up something that's like, it was a sacrifice to turn off my television for 6 years. But would anybody trade that with me? Would anybody turn off their television for 6 years right now if you could make $10 million in the next 17 years? Of course you would. And my current income, I make as much as a brain surgeon, and they had to go to school for 16 years after high school to become a brain surgeon. That, just to put in perspective, trust me when I say it was worth it. I don't care what happened in those 6 years on those, 5 shows that I was watching in between being a mom and doing laundry and paying bills, right? Number 4 is self-discipline. It is doing what you say you're going to do when the feeling is gone, and doing the hard work that you do after the hard work you have already done. Self-discipline is the great separator. So don't go for the next 5 days and get 5 people on your list and then stop because you have 25 names and you're feeling great about yourself. I'm telling you, every day, do it every day. Have the mindset, I will until. Now, let's say you want to go on vacation, or you want to do something for the weekend. You don't want to work on Saturday next weekend. Then go get 10 names on your list on Friday, or get one more name. It's your business. You can do what you want. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, because that's all I can tell you is what I'm going to do and what I have done. I don't know what anyone else has done, but this is how I got to where I am. And I'm assuming that you all want to be where I am. Am I correct? You all want to be at least a higher than where you are, or you wouldn't be here on a Sunday. And thank you, Courtney, for hosting this. Courtney, you want to add anything? And also, let's open this up. I'd love this question and answer. You got me. I have no time constraints, so please, by all means, answer.
We have Tara, lots of mic drops. I'll tell you a couple of my takeaways and some of the things that have helped me too, if you guys want to add this to the list. Number 1, knowing what my income producing activities are and starting those at the beginning of the day. My best months that I ever have in my business is knowing my income producing activities. Number 1 is turning on my open sign in social media. Selling on stories is where I sell the most. Absolutely. Post it on your stories. That's your open sign. That's what you're doing. Let people hear from you. The second thing that I recently learned about social media that has helped my videos so much is learning hooks a little bit better. So what I did was, and I learned this on TikTok, go to TikTok or Instagram, wherever, and look up what you are sharing. If it's oxidative stress, if it's collagen, if it's GLP-1, and look at the videos that have the most views or likes. How did they start that video? Those are the types of language that you want to use for what we are sharing, right? Like, learn from other people that have done amazing. Learn from Tara what she's doing. The other thing is you have to be organized. I had someone, while we're on this call, comment list. Like, if I just let all those people go by that are commenting on my story, that I'm meeting at the dentist, like, they're going to fall through the cracks. Get organized. I just started a list in my notes section with little dots so I can see everyone's name and where I know them from. The dentist, Facebook, Instagram, like, are they my contact? Who are they? Where do I know them from? Now, one of my biggest tips that I will tell you for the next 30 days is get up, get cute, and get out of the house. If I am not showered and I'm not ready, and maybe some of you guys, this is opposite, but I learned this in my business early on from a top leader in my other company. If I've gotten ready for the day, I'll show up on a video. If I've gotten ready for the day, most likely I'll have a better conversation. And not that it's like glammed out, even if I'm in my yoga pants, whatever, but feeling confident enough to tell people like what I'm doing, right? And so I was at the dentist the other day, like I went one place. And whenever people are like, hey, how are you? What's up? What's new? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, It's actually so crazy. I've been so busy in my new business that I've been doing. We're getting ready to launch a GLP-1 activator. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm like, I know, like, I'm sure you know a lot of people that have done something like that. The front desk girl's like, Courtney, actually, I want to hear more. My mom and my aunt are both using one and they're upping their dose. Like, tell people when you go in and get your hair done, Tara, what's new? You're like, oh my gosh, I have been so busy. This is the busiest I've been in my business, and it's busy in the best kind of ways. Like, bring that into conversations wherever you go. My friend said recently you could spit and it would hit someone that's either done semaglutide, Ozempic, Monjaro. Like it's just a fact right now. Have confidence that way that what we have, and also help people to get activated and help people to see the vision. Because I sent someone a cart today for Healthy Glow for her mom. And I was like, if your mom's wanting this product, you already have a customer. Have you thought about becoming a consultant? Like, I'm sure if you know your mom, have those conversations. And I think a lot of that is just confidence. The more conversations you have, the more confidence that you have. And also listening to trainings like this, learning from Tara, learning from top leaders. But I recently heard someone say it's time to be balls to the wall, and it just stuck in my head. Like it's not a good saying, but like literally it's balls to the wall. Let's go for it. We're never going to be in pre-launch GLP-1 again. What we have right now, I've been so stoked, so hyped, like literally keeping Axio packets in my purse, dropping them off to people that I'm like, you have to try this at collagen. But this is like another level, right? And I know you guys can all feel that and see that from Tara, but make a vision board. I made my vision board again yesterday. I updated it and it was so fun. I've seen some Gucci sunglasses that a girl on TikTok had. I did a Google search. I'm like, okay, I'm adding that. I'm going to buy that for myself when I get this. Like, what types of things are we dreaming or we're doing? Because yes, it's hard work. Like you guys have heard Tara, like, okay, it's hard work. I did 8 hours. Well, I'd rather do 8 hours on my couch in my sweatpants, posting
Mhm.
on stories, sending voice text, like this kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, it was hard work doing a Zoom call, having conversations, doing a three-way call. But like that's my favorite kind of work. I love that. I would way rather that than like I loved being a hairstylist, so I don't want to knock on that, but I was on my feet all day long. Like no lunch breaks, breathing in chemicals, blow drying people's hair, like way harder work than creating a 7-second reel or adding someone to my list or having a conversation. So, like just kind of get your mind around that and just I think just latch onto the energy of everyone else in the company. I think that's just a big, big part is us all collaborating like this. I know it gets me more excited to be just sending out those voice text and just reach out, you guys. Don't be afraid. Don't wait for people to comment on your post. Like that's the biggest thing. Right now, my friends that had done other weight loss companies, I'm like, hey, Melissa, I know this is out of the blue, but I am thinking of you. We are getting ready to launch one of the biggest products in our company history. I'd love for you to take a look at it. Like, they're going to say no. Oh, well, I'm adding new friends on Facebook every day. Like, it's like, you might know them. And I look at them and I'm like, okay, friend add. And I haven't done that in years, really, that I'm like, oh, I want to get to know more people. But I'm like, I want to get to know more people right now. So expand your network, expand your reach on social, in person. Be prepared if you can with an Axio. I think an Axio is a great sample. Personally, it's not as expensive as collagen unless it's someone I know is really going to buy collagen. But I'd love for someone to feel. I gave it to the girl that owns the boutique I went to. She immediately texted me and said, "Oh my gosh, that drink you gave me was so good. I downed the whole thing already." And I was like, "Awesome." Send her more info. So don't be afraid to share right now. I think that's the biggest thing. And yeah, be involved, get on the calls like this. So if you guys have any questions, drop the questions. Otherwise, we're going to let you guys go so that
I
you
have
guys
one
can
more thing.
get to work.
I have one more, sorry. I want to reiterate, like, if you're a great content creator, like Courtney is, like 10x down on it. Great book, 10x, the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. I read it twice. Also, there's a really simple hack that has been helping me because hashtags is how you get found on Instagram. You can go to Google and just put hashtags for weight loss and it'll pop up and you click and it literally has it and it says copy. You copy it and you can paste it. And then of course, if there's a couple that you don't like, but there are literally already pre-made hashtags for any subject and anything you want that are generated for free. Just go to Google and put hashtags for whatever, collagen, skincare, whatever. Number two is just remember that social media is a tool. Now, if you're not content creating and you're not really going in on it and you're just posting and you have 500 friends, it probably will bring you some business. But then just look at it as like kind of a education, a net to get more people. But if you don't have a big following and you're not putting a bunch of content out there, then you need to be more proactive, making the phone calls, sending the texts to like people, having conversations, being like, hey, guess what? I've been with this company for 7 years. You know that. Well, we're about to have one of the biggest launches in the history of our company and the weight loss industry. It's a natural GLP-1 activator. You can say whatever you want to your friend. Who do you know that is trying to lose weight or wants to get off one of the drugs or was going to do one of the drugs, but they don't like needles or the cost or the side effects? You know, who do you know? If you just ask 50 people, who do you know? You'll probably add 150 people to your list. Just that. I have made a fortune, never, ever spamming, putting up flyers, putting up billboards. I did like one networking group way back then. In fact, Sherry Kuchenhauer right here. Sherry is here because in 2009, I went to one networking group. I met one person who enrolled their daughter, who was a naturopath, who enrolled a gal that worked at the chiropractor across the street, Brandy Geiger from Fit Mind and Body, who enrolled Sherry when we started back in Danville, like almost 9 years ago. And Sherry is here from a networking group from 2009. So every seed is important. If I was actually thinking about it the other day, Brandy's team probably does around 10,000 to 15,000 a month in sales. Times that by 9 years, right? So that's like probably over $1 million in sales from one person from one networking group in 2009. Let that marinate, right? But had I quit, that $1 million in sales would have gone somewhere else. So everything you do matters, but be proactive, build your business, be organized, have a calendar, put events on it, add people to the group, make social media purposeful, learn social media. Everyone's like, how did you do that? So here's a really easy hack. If you hate social media, something that's easy to do. LifeVantage is putting out really good content right now. So I want you to, and then you guys can go whenever you want. I know I have nothing to do today, so my husband's watching football. So I'm going to show you a really easy hack because people are like, can I have that video? Girl, I didn't make that video. So go to Instagram right now and search up LifeVantage. Okay. Now the other day, LifeVantage, like, let's see. I don't know. They do like a really great video of Lisa Barnes. What is GLP-1? This is a great freaking video.
Well, let's dive in. GLP-1 is a hormone and it's produced in the gut. It regulates
You don't just hit share
blood sugar level.
because now all the algorithms is pointing back to LifeVantage.
Satiety.
Mute it. At the very bottom, there's 3 dots, right there. Click on those 3 dots. And there's a top, it says remix. Now you're remixing this, and now all the leads are going to go back to you because your content. Sorry, Stacy. Okay, now you have to add something. So what I put was launching 10/11, right? So now you have to add something to this. You could also pop your photo in. You could also put a before and after picture by just hitting this little, it's like a square smiley face with the page turned up. If you hit that, you can go to photo. And now like I can go to photos and like pretend this is cropped and I could put this there, right? Here I can, and you can click on it. So now I just added that to there. See what I mean? And now I hit next and edit cover. So what I did was went into like, I didn't go to Canva. I don't have Canva. I had Word Swag. And now I hit edit cover. From my camera roll, I made this the other day. And it says, big launch coming. So I add from camera roll. So now in my grid, that's going to be the thing that shows on my grid, right? Okay. All right, done. So that's what it's going to show. Now I just added some stuff about GLP-1, excited, da, 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 and again, the call to action. Hit share. Now let me show you what it looks like. So I did that. It took me less than 2 minutes. And now I have content that points back to me, not LifeVantage. Okay. Now, when you go to my grid, you will see big launch coming. And when you click on it, this is how I customized mine. Okay. Now, then I also hit share and I added it to my story. So now it's on my Instagram grid, it's on my Facebook grid, it's on my Instagram story, and it's on my Facebook story, all in under 2 minutes. Do you see how easy that is? So you don't even have to be good. You can take any reel you like. Let's say, like, I'll show you another one. And by the way, again, if you have to leave, you're not going to offend me. And Courtney, if you have to leave, I'm happy to close it down. But like, this one got thousands of views. Where is it? So it's so funny. Like, I have a sarcastic side. Where is it? Not this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one got 1,100 views. So like, this said something else. I typed over it. I remixed it and typed over it, and then I have a reel. So you don't even have to be really good at creating your own content. But I'm so serious about this that I just invested $8,000 to go to a mastermind with Sarah Robbins from Rodan and Fields, who, you know, has done billions of dollars in sales, has created a huge team because she's, and you guys, you are, I always tell Courtney, you RF people are so freaking good at social media. But, and Emily Ford, who used to be Emily Vavra, because she has a following of 500,000 people. She was an isogenic. So I'm paying for a 2-day mastermind. The hotel was $3,000. To get in, because it's like at a Waldorf or something, to get in, it was 5,000 for 2 days. That's how serious I am about my own branding and how serious I am. And then 2 days later, I'm going to Eric Worre's mastermind in Vegas. Like, this is, you guys, I'm happy to keep sharing and imparting anybody who needs tips or tricks or things, but I'm telling you, stick to the basics, make your list, add to it every day, nurture your customers, and treat this like a business for the next 90 days. And I promise you, your 2025 will be, so I plan on doubling my team. I told Steve that tripling. I told him by next October, I want to have at 3 million. And then by the next October, I will be at 5 million a month. Those are my goals. So what are your goals? You know, I'm only at like 1.3 million right now. So those are a lot. I'm talking about increasing by 1.7 million in the next month or the next year. So what are your goals? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you need to up level your thinking right now. You need to turn off the distractions. I promise you, in 90 days from now, if we talk, there's going to be a sliding door. You either did or you didn't. You know, don't make the mistake. So thank you guys. Any questions? Anyone has any questions for anything? No, we're that good, I guess. No, anyone? Seriously? Anyone? There's no stupid questions. Anyone? Just go out there and create something. Just keep, rip off and repeat. Oh, and if you do post the words, like on Facebook, please customize them. The algorithm will get gummed up if everyone's copying and pasted. So at least change a bunch of words, move sentences around, just do anything to make it not look like the exact same post. Because if everyone just keeps rip off and repeating, your algorithms are going to get like crazy. Get in groups, get in weight loss groups, get in wellness groups, get in fitness groups, get in perimenopausal groups, men groups, like whatever, get in groups, make connections.
I want to say something really quick, Tara. So thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Tara. So, so good. So a little tip that I've been doing is when I see something like from you, Tara, or something from corporate, I will copy it. And then I use like an AI for things like this. And I will say, because I use it a lot, but I always make it my own. And it's the same thing you said, Tara, you got to put the work in. I don't just copy and paste it. I say to the AI, hey, can you please use this post and make it sound like me? I would say something like this or whatever, because I've been using the AI for so long. I take it, and then if I don't like it, I say another one, or I will say, make it shorter. I'm telling you guys that we will not gum up, and it will help everybody in the company who is sharing and get the message out to not just copy and paste it. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
AI has been amazing. I know, Jane, you use AI, but if you guys, I use NowSite. If anyone wants a link for NowSite, I love it. I learned about it through the actual owner came to our Eric Worre mastermind and actually shared it with us. It's pretty good. It's again, it's something you have to invest time in, but I'm telling you, like, just keep that too. just keep that one a month in mind. So what if you, instead of starting with one, what if you start with 5, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, 3, you could grow a team of 1,000 people in 9 months or, 6 months. So it's, again, keep putting people in. I can't reiterate it enough. I hope the numbers I gave you today were opening your mind to what is possible with weight loss, because collagen's great, but you can't see someone's collagen deficiency. You can't feel it. You can't see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a problem. We know it's a problem, but we have to tell people there's a problem and why there's a problem. People know obesity. They know it. No one is confused about this. So if we have a product that works, that's giving people results with natural, that's backed by science, that has incredible ingredients, like it's going to be game over, you guys. So I'm with everyone. If you need anything, do not hesitate to reach out. Cross line, down line, up line, sideline, all line. I'm here for you guys. And if we all band together and all row at the same direction over the next 3 months, this company is going to go spiraling into momentum, and that is so much fun. Trust me. Oh, hi, Andrea Davis. So you heard me talking about how great you are? All right. Well, I love you guys. If you need anything, reach out. And thanks again, Courtney, for spending your time with us this weekend. And she will get those recordings out for us, I'm sure. And let's go. Let's do this. Thanks, guys.